Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hey, good morning, Will and Lacey. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Greetings from Toronto, Canada.
Hurrah.
Seriously, the home of Hallmark. What can I tell you, right?
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
Absolutely. I love
You've seen one
Toronto.
or two filmed around you for sure.
Well, and Lacey, like you are almost like a resident here because you've done so much
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Love Canada.
But seriously, I love a good Hallmark movie. And this one, I just like wanted to give it a big hug. It was so good. So, Lacey, for you being, I would say I would crown you the queen of Hallmark by now, pretty much. What was it about this story that you thought, oh my God, this one is just awesome?
Well, Will developed this with the wonderful writer Aubrey Day, and I was so honored and touched and excited when he asked me to be a part of it. And I just fell in love with it the minute I read it because it is so fun,
Yeah.
and it's interesting to me. It was interesting to me that it's a mystery, you're trying to solve the mystery, but at the same time, you kind of fall in love with these characters and the adventure that they're on together.
Yeah.
And I just knew it would be a blast to bring to life, and it certainly was.
Yeah, and Will, I mean, okay, for so much I got to ask you. First of all, like I said, great story. I love the fact, and I know the fans are going to so love that you guys are back together again. What was it like getting back with Lacey and, stepping up the dancing scenes for this one?
Mm.
Because we have danced together before. This one is a whole new level.
No, exactly. And I think that audiences are really in for a treat with this because we were able to sort of skew in a lot of other references as well. With like the Christmas Waltz, personally, I was able to do a little nod to Gene Kelly potentially. This you may see a little bit of Fred Astaire, but there's a little surprise in there for people. But the tango lends itself brilliantly to sort of the drama and the sort of suspense of the mystery. And so in answer to your question, it was wonderful to get back with Lacey. It's always a joy. And she was really pinpointed when we were creating this also. I mean, to be honest, it's been about 3 years almost that this is one of the projects that we have had floating around. And then when I knew I was going to be lucky enough to be continuing the work with Hallmark, Lacey was the obvious missing link. And once you read it and you liked it and we're on board and we began to talk about it, it then takes on its own sort of journey into the location of Malta, which was phenomenal.
Yes.
And then once you're out the gate, I mean, it's always, we never have enough time to rehearse. We never have enough time to shoot. And suddenly you think, we were talking about this 3 years ago, and suddenly you're in there. So Lacey's so phenomenal, and I've said this over and over, just jumping in wholeheartedly, giving everything, being present, and just learning new styles of dance. The foxtrot is in this as well. We did the tango, and I was a dancer, but I didn't do any ballroom. That wasn't my area. So every time it's a challenge for me as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. So for you, Lacey, I mean, come on. What was that like for you to be in this guy's arms and learn these steps? Like, as you said,
who
like,
was he? Who was this guy? Whose arms were you in? Jean-Marc, the choreographer back from Christmas Waltz, was there with us.
We were so lucky to have him back. He has such great energy and he's just so wonderful and such a great teacher. And we had an entire team over in Malta to help us.
Brenda.
Yes, they were all so great. And Will is just the best partner. I was so impressed with him as a producer and an actor, obviously, in the way that he brought this project to life. And then I was thrilled that you asked me to be a part of it. And, I think the audience is going to enjoy that it's different from the other movies that we've done together.
100%.
And there's a mystery to be solved, but there's a lot of fun to be had.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just talk about Malta, because as I said earlier, I mean, we know Canada is the capital of Hallmark. You shoot most of these here. So to be able to go to Malta, come on, seriously? Like, it's a no-brainer, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I love to travel, and I've had the absolute, blessing of getting to do a lot of these movies overseas and in different places that I'd never been in real life. And it's always my goal whenever we have a destination movie that we really show the beauty of the place and it become a character in the movie. And honestly, everywhere they pointed the camera in this movie, the background was just so beautiful. It is such a beautiful place. And it was really the perfect place for an exciting adventure.
Yeah, it was just beautiful to watch. Like just all of it. You're right. Like the scenery, the dancing, everything. Like there's nothing not good about this film. So I'm just
My
letting you know.
gosh,
Oh,
thank you
we
so
love that.
much. That means the
That's
world to us.
wonderful to hear. And
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you
no,
put
I'm
your heart
yeah,
into these things, and like you said, you've been
100%.
at work at
Yeah,
this for years.
very
And
Yeah.
so to have the
invested.
finished product be
Yeah,
well received means a lot.
really. And
Yeah,
I,
well, it's
yeah,
not
genuinely
that we
hope.
don't want you
Yeah.
back here, but I do like these locations. I got to tell
With
you.
Trust me, we'll be back.
I've spent a lot of time in Toronto and Canada myself, so we
Yeah.
should engineer
I
something. I
love
just
Canada.
really hope that audiences will clamor to see these characters, to see more of these characters, to see where these characters go, and
Yeah.
enjoy watching us solving crime one step at a time.
Exactly. Okay. So, Will, I got to ask you, what I was wondering what you thought it
Mhm.
took to be a good sleuth. What's the secret?
I can tell you what Sebastian thinks, and this is the fun thing, is that he is a dancer and an actor, and he's been on the West End and Broadway. He comes from, and he maybe has, the phone maybe has stopped ringing a little bit. He's not been on stage for a while. He's not had to get into character for a while. So
Right.
he finds himself in Malta teaching these senior classes.
Yeah.
We got some wonderful cast that joined us and some wonderful dancers, but it's fun. Everything
Right.
is an opportunity to don a new character or to don an accent or to be in Heart to Heart or Remington Steele. He sort of has this retro throwback of growing up
Exactly.
watching these TV detectives, and he thinks that he could be one.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, it's all about just taking on different personas depending on the case and what it needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much
No,
to your
Yeah, and
chagrin
this of
of
course
like,
drives my character crazy
who's the
because she's like, I
professional?
am professional, I am serious. This is not a
right.
joke. We are not making a movie here. Like this is a case. But they end up breaking each other down, and
Yeah.
a real friendship is formed.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, after watching this, I thought if I could get Will to be my dance instructor as a senior, I'll join in. No problem.
Fantastic. I will bear that in mind. If you can spread the word, the next time I'm up in Toronto, let's do it.
We're doing classes. I'm holding you to that. Okay, just
Yeah.
to wrap it up, Lacey, I gotta tell you, full disclosure. The first time I ever met you was when I used to work at Global Television. We carried Party of Five, and I came to the set and did a set visit and met
Oh
all of you.
my
What were you
gosh.
like this big, honestly?
Yeah,
And then,
I'm
of
not
course,
much taller now, but
oh please, no. But
You haven't
then,
changed a bit, I bet.
yeah, and to see well, with our great Nev Campbell, of course, Torontonian.
oh, I
mean,
love her so
yeah,
much.
I know. And then to see the evolution of your career, Mean Girls, of course, shot here. Now Mean Girls is like the biggest Broadway show, and just to see that evolution. But now, though, to see your trajectory into these Hallmark films, I can tell you, I'm proud of you. Like, you
Oh,
must be like China just felling about your career. I think you've just done an amazing job.
oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. That's so kind. Thank you so much. I am so thankful for all of it, all of it, the ups and the downs and everything, it all leads you to where you are now. And I've learned so much, and I just appreciate where I am now in the relationship and the work that I've been able to do with Hallmark. This
Yeah.
was my 36th film, I think, for
Wow.
them.
Oh, how do you
amazing.
even keep count?
And everyone just means more to me than the last. And I really feel like a certain loyalty and responsibility to the audience to make each one as best as we can. And we definitely put our hearts into this one. And I just hope everyone loves it.
Well, we can see that for sure. Like I said, I'm no lie. This is such a great film. You guys are so
you.
great together. And it really was a pleasure to talk to you both today. So thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, guys, take care.
care.
Have a good
Take
one.
care.
Bye-bye.
Oh, she's so nice.